losing 25 bucks trading Boeing and Wells Fargo. What's going on, guys? Welcome on into today's trade recap. And we kind of got the double stop out today, where I had moved my stop loss up on Wells Fargo and then Boeing just hit my stop. So we lost 106 on Boeing and we lost 81 on Wells, or we made 81 on Wells Fargo. Technically you'd say, that's not good risk reward. Yeah, technically it wouldn't be from a realized gain perspective. However, Wells Fargo hit my trailing stop, not my take profit. If it ultimate take profit, it would have made 240 or something like that. So that would have been good from a risk reward perspective had this hit my full take profit. But there's things I want to talk about on both, because the Wells Fargo was a swing, Boeing was a day trade, and we're going to get into it. So let us cover what we got to cover. First things first, overall market, right? So we look at Boeing for the short side today, and overall market, right, was weak early, pushed up, and then Boeing was weak, and then whoop, boop, boo. Market said, nope, we're going up. So it's still red on the day, but the market has been strong, so you can't really fight that. And overall, though, you say to yourself, well, would you want to be looking long or short? Well, I would definitely want to be looking short here. I wouldn't want to be looking long. So my eyes were in the right spot. Just so happens that that's the case. So the Boeing trade, let's talk about the loser first, then we'll talk about the winner, was something that I looked at on the daily time frame, and I like the short idea on Boeing, honestly, under 168. But this was taken off the 1 hour time frame, where I saw a nice bear flag setting up from yesterday afternoon, and really was looking for a breakdown underneath these lows, which we got, and a push down towards 158, which we did not get. We got down just under 160, and then it snapped it right back up. So it did take a while. It was on the 1 hour time frame, so this trade took a couple hours to play out. But as you can see, we just got stopped right there. So we were never really that deep in profit, but we got stopped. The trade wasn't the best risk reward wise, but it was tough for me to gauge the risk reward on this based off of what I was looking at. Like the opening move was a little too big, which probably meant I maybe could have just stayed away from it, to be honest with you. However, the bigger time frames lined up. So when I zoomed out, I'm like, well, bigger time frame breaking down, high volume profile supports us. Like everything was supportive of this move down towards the mid 150s. So the bigger time frames I liked, just didn't work out on the shorter term time frames. Wells Fargo. This trade was great. I think it was a great trade. The problem was I think I traded it. And what I mean by that is I don't think I played it correctly, because what I have to understand is that, yes, obviously, like a move like this is possible, right? Where it trends for weeks at a time. And we might do that. Like, who knows? It might. But when I entered this trade, I originally got in and I had my stop loss under these lows. So I was targeting 63 bucks, which also happens to be a good spot on the weekly time frame. It's a gap to fill on the weekly dating back to all the way to 2018. So I was looking for 64. Well, that would have been 64 or so. So I like the gap. I like the idea. The problem was that we broke out and we had good momentum for about 2 or 3 days, and then it died. And the market, then you're kind of at the mercy of the market to a degree. So this is performing, outlier with the versus the market, meaning it was very strong. And then it started to kind of give some back, which is fine, right? Not surprising. However, if I look back, what I should have done was on a break like this, this is a classic trade for me. I should have sized it larger on the trade, but moved my stop tighter. So it would have been the same, risk roughly, but it would have been tighter. So if I got on the break, where's the stop loss go? Breaking candle low. Simple as that. If we broke and then came back, I wouldn't want to be in if we came this far anyway. So why would I have my stop loss all the way down here? I just gave my stop. I gave way too wide of a stop. And if I'm going to play like that, then I got to be okay with the time that I'm in it. And personally, I moved my stops up and up to break even, and then up to the 60 level, which has been an area of support, which is what I decided to do. So a little bit wonky on how I mentally played that. I definitely, though, looking back, should have just done what I usually do. I kind of threw this off myself off a little bit. Here's the 160 area. by the way, multiple lows hit that level, and then now we're breaking below it. So that's why my stop loss is hit, because I moved my trailing stop loss up to that level this morning. So that was it. Also, you're technically downtrend the past couple of days, which is a small time frame, but you know the momentum is kind of dead right now. For now. So that was really it. I should have had that should have been the trade. And if that was the trade, then you know my 2-to-1 risk reward right on this would have been hit. Now I don't always look for a 2-to-1, depends upon the chart. But in this case, in any case, when I get a 2-to-1, there's a very good chance, unless it's a very volatile stock or a Bitcoin or something like that, there's a very, very high chance I am taking that 2-to-1 and moving on, or at least locking the majority of the profits in. So that was the mistake. That's what I should have done. I should have simply traded the way I usually trade, breaking candle low. I just decided to give this one a little bit wider because I looked back to the left and I said, hey, weekly time frame 63, 64 could be a really good target. And I was like, well, in order to, you know, achieve a really big target like that, I want to have a wider stop to make up for the potential, you know, volatility along that. And so I just didn't follow the plan. I really just, and what I mean by that is like, I shouldn't be out. If that's the case, then I shouldn't be out, you know? So I think I kind of got a little wonky, got a little cute, a little too cute with that one. And that's the deal. Not to mention, guys, too, I think the other piece of the puzzle here is I just, on swings like that, I just got to size. I just feel like the sizing on the swing like that is not big enough, was not big enough. Because it's like, which is good because I didn't give a shit. Like, I really didn't care. But it's also, there's a balance to be had. And, you know, to wait a week or a couple of days and to make $80 is just, not, to me right now, is like, yeah, come on, like, really? So I want to do a better job with the sizing on swings, as in increasing it, because when things work, great. When things don't work, cool. But when it works and it takes 2 weeks or a week and a half, you know, I want it to be a decent P&L versus I want the P&L to kind of make sense for my current level versus where it's kind of been the past year. And I've been slowly scaling it up, but it's been, you know, 2 steps forward, 1.5 back, 3 steps forward, 3 steps back. You know, that's been kind of the game. So either way, we are technically green for the month still, barely though, barely. And yeah, I mean, we got a couple more days. I don't know if we're going to have any more trades. We'll see. We have some earnings. We'll see how the market reacts. The market's bouncing back up right now. If that's the case, if that holds up, I don't know how much I'm going to like, because a lot of stuff has been beaten down. And so it's going to take some time to reset these charts back to the upside. So it might take a couple of more days for me to start seeing some good setups. We'll see. With that said, thanks so much for watching. That's today's trade recap. Links below to TradeZilla if you want to use this platform where I journal, chart, and log all my stuff. As you can see, we have a positive profit factor, means we're profitable, but not by much. 45% win rate for the month so far, and average win-loss of 1.35, meaning that we are making on average 116 on winners and losing 85 on losers. I really have not had a big winner though. I haven't had like a, when I say big, I mean like a nice normal, like, okay, trade hit PT and it kind of did what I was looking for it to do. I feel like I haven't really had a clean trade like that, but I am grateful for the fact that I'm green despite feeling like that. So it's been, you know, chopping around, but I think I'm managing fairly well, and to better times. Enjoy. Peace.